right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Boy, I'll tell you what, gorgeous weather, a little cool this morning, nice and comfortable this afternoon. We did have some smoke out there earlier today. It looks like that smoke is beginning to settle on down, but we do have a large brush fire that, not brush fire, a controlled burn, pardon me, that we are continuing to monitor here, especially for folks that live along the Brevard Volusia County line. There's a live look in downtown. We had the smoke earlier was over downtown Orlando. There's a look at our Winter Park cam. Does not look as bad right now. The New Smyrna Beach camera is down, but that's the one that was showing the smoke just a short while ago. The Kennedy Space Center looking pretty good right now. Melbourne also looking pretty good, although a few clouds. Back towards Rusty's. You can see a cruise ship there. On the way out, is it loading up the engines there to probably do a little 5-day cruise out there? So we'll continue to watch that. Good looking shop in the St. Pete. Look at that sunset right there on the Gulf of Mexico, kissing the water there as it's continuing to move off towards the west. All right. Good evening, Carlos A. Juan Melendez. Good to have you there, my friend. Let's get back to Ocala, looking pretty good. And then World Center down towards the attractions. Also looking really good. All right, so let's go to where that brush fire was. Harry Vanderkamp, good to have you there. The smoke plume coming to an end right there. A little teeny bit of it right there, but overall, again, the active control burning about 3,000 acres today, where there was a little bit of wind as well. Things have been improving, though, in that department. A bit of a breeze, but really overall, not that bad. So that's certainly some good news. Let me go ahead and clean this guy up, get rid of that guy. All right, so nationally speaking here, hey, I finally made it. Jessica Leonard, good to have you right there. Jimmy Pennington, Brian Keller, Jojo Hernandez. Look at the whole gang in the house tonight. Big storm system cranking up there east of the Mid-Atlantic. That's going to move off to the north and the east. Now the cold front coming through the Ohio Valley. Going to drop a little bit of rain up there. But for us here locally, again, just a few high clouds. Nothing more than that. Kathleen M. Johnson, good to have you. Over the next hour or two, this little veil of clouds here will shoot off towards the south and the east and will be in much better shape. So there you go. There's that. And then we take a look at the current temperatures now outside. There it is, down to 69 in Orlando, 67 in Sanford. John Hanson, the Hansonator, Wanda Hamilton, Tracy Shuke Barber, Nathaniel Story, great group in here tonight. Do appreciate each and every one of you, as always, for popping in and saying hi. There's Miss Elizabeth Haught. She's in the house tonight. Lizzie, good to have you, as you can see. A good group of folks in here tonight, no doubt about that. All right, Ginger Kamen has popped in. Ginger. Again, one more time, these are your winds. Fairly light for the most part, not too bad. Low temperatures tonight will drop like this. 53 in Ocala, 55 in DeLand, 57 in Bicklow. Amanda Beach, good to have you there, young lady. Always appreciate you popping in. Good to have you there, Ginger. There it is, 53 in Ocala. Now, Ocala, you still have a few cool mornings, not bad. Wednesday and Thursday morning, 54, 57. Then jumping up to 60 come Friday morning. Phil, there's always a chance we can get one more, but, it's getting tougher and tougher. Now, we're almost in May. And so, as you know, that gets a little bit harder to get fronts in here this late in the season. Now, Daytona Beach, tomorrow, you're going to be in the upper 70s. JoJo, thank you for sharing the feed. Do appreciate you. Sharing is caring, he says, as he yawns. Palm Coast. Let's go up to you guys. Show you what it looks like. Mid-70s there for you. Always a pleasure to have you in there. There's a look now at Yep. There it is. Boom. Thursday and Friday. Thursday and then Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Big dome with high pressure. There you go. Looking good. Get that high to our north. Onshore flow increases. And we have to watch that rip current risk. Ben Price. Barbara Miller. Good to have you. There we go. So there it is. 84 in Ocala, 80 in Titusville, 80 in Palm Bay. There it is. 85 in Winter Haven. And then we take a look now at Epcot, the Flower and Garden Festival. 9 a.m. 69. Joseph Yep Tango, Margaret Ann Bonner, Jessica Leonard. No freezing here. No freezing. So there you go. That's a look at that. Good day to be over towards the attractions tomorrow. Pollen levels Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the medium range. Barbara Miller, good to have you right there. All those yawns, yes. Got to bring in the oxygen. Don't want to deprive the brain of the H2O. There's Saturday. Look at that steady diet of onshore flow. A few coastal showers there. No biggie. And there we go. There it is. This weekend, lots of events. Good-looking weather. 79 at 11, 83 at 5. 10 o'clock temperature coming in at 73. My nose is suffering today. Blah, says Joseph. Nancy Cruz Garcia, Nathaniel Story. Look, the whole gang is in the house here. All right, we've got another event. We've got the Apopka Art and Foliage Festival. Saturday and Sunday. Looks great for Saturday. We have Orlando City Soccerland, 78 and 72. Linda Cook. Ryan Bentley, what's going on, my man? What have you been up to? Hope life is treating you good, young man. Now, the Caribbean Fusion Festival. Look at that. I hear you, Elizabeth. Gates open at noon, 82. 3 o'clock temperature, 85. 7 o'clock gates close and a temperature of 79. Now, let's go to that 7-day. And there you have it, 84, 87, 87. Saturday, Sunday, middle 80s, 10% chance for a few showers. Monday and Tuesday, 86 and 87. Now, earlier today, West 2 meteorologists were at a little media convention there as we were getting ready to gear up for the 2024 hurricane season, which is now just 39 days away. And one of the big topics of discussion is the cone comparison. Now, the cones, the way they're presented to us now, look like that. There's your 5-day cone. You can see the watches and the warnings across the coastal areas, but nothing through the interior. And then you can see the wind radii. But here's the way it's going to look across Florida going forward by the middle of the month of August. You can see there most of the inland tropical storm watches and warnings will be covering up the cone, which is what we want, because as the cone approaches us, it tends to shrink, as you can see on the left. Take that same cone, though, and notice what happens. There's less focus on the cone, but more focus on the watches and the warnings. And that's the point that we'd like to drive home. Now, why the change in the cone or the way it could be presented? Well, one of the reasons is because the cone only projects where the storm is going to go. It doesn't tell you what the impacts are going to be. The other reason is the cone has been shrinking. We've improved accuracy. A 12-hour forecast in 2003 had a 49 nautical mile error. In 2020, it was 26 nautical miles. Now, the 5-hour forecast back in 2003, the error was 439 miles. The 5-day forecast now, error is only 196 hours. That's kind of what you would get on the 60-hour back in 2003. So there you go. Pretty wild. So that's why we're trying to better communicate the risks with cones. And remember, the cone just shows the forecast path. I cannot stress this enough. Rick Tays, good to have you there, my friend. More details need to be added to convey the storm risk, like the rainfall potential in relationship to the cone, the storm surge in relationship to the cone, the tornado risks in relationship to the cone. If they're not all going to be just inside the cone, they're going to be outside as well. Watches and warnings, wind probabilities, arrival times, power outages, damage from wind knocking out power. So that's why this cone is going to look a little bit different as we get you into the middle of the summer. So there you go. Edna O'Brien said it was a beautiful day. Edna, it certainly was. I hope you had the chance to get out there and enjoy it. There you go. Yeah. Edna, how was work today over there at the Wide World of Sports, by the way? Advanced warnings can save lives. Juan, absolutely correct. Could not have said that any better myself. So there you go. So yeah, that's what we're driving home here with. That's what we're driving home here with the current cone versus the new experimental cone, where we're going to put all the, not just the wind. In this case, it's the wind. But we'll put other things on there. We'll put rainfall. We'll do, we'll do a bunch of different things. But just to kind of highlight the concern there going forward. All right, let's take a look at the national perspective here and kind of work on that here just a smidge. There you go, JoJo. Just got back from a 4-mile walk. Chris, check out Tesla after hours, my friend. I think you might be happy. Let's see here. Uh-huh. All right, there we go. So there's that. There's your national perspective. And then you can see there it is. Front there. Storm system off the coast. Getting cold enough for some snow there. The northern UP of Michigan may get into a little rain-snow mix. But it's certainly colder across Canada. Out west, all rain. Not seeing any high mountain snows. It does look pretty warm out towards the west. And in fact, let's take a look at the current temperatures there. Nikki Molina. There you go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, cold in the mountains. Cold in northern New England. Warm across the southern tier of states. 90 in El Paso. 75 in Wichita, as you can see right there. There you go, Cindy. There's your snow out west. Mountains of the California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho. There we go. There's that. All right, let's take a look at those temps nationally. And here we go. There's Point Barrow, it's at 12. Fort Ross, 1 below. Baker Lake at 9 above. Thompson at 34. Moosonee is at 14. The Nain Airport, 23. Chicago, 60. El Paso's at 90. Raleigh's at 67. Nassau in the Bahamas coming in at 72. Belize City, 84. Kingston, 86. Santo Domingo, 77. Caracas, 81. La Paz, Bolivia, 46. Look at Punta Arenas, down under, getting a little chilly. Lorraine Dillis Campbell, a pleasure to have you there in the house there, young lady, as always. Let's go to Asuncion, 73. Sao Paulo, Brazil, 75. Cape Town coming in at 57. We are flying. Niamey, Saharan Desert, 99 degrees. Quargala, 70. Rabat, Morocco, 50. London, 43. Look at Oslo and Berlin in the upper 30s. Chile, Oslo, 39. Moscow, 37. Look at Surgut is at 3. Bratsk is at 27. And Yakutsk coming in at 39 degrees. Beijing, 55. Shanghai, 68. Hong Kong, 77. Manila, 91. There you go. Well, each storm is different, Brian, and those aren't cone ranges. Those are actual cone errors going back 2003 cone versus 2020 cone. So again, the improvement in our model data in forecasting accuracy is unbelievable. So it's half the area it used to be going back to 2003, and that's pretty darn impressive. So when that cone gets smaller, because the error is less, doesn't mean that you're safe because you're not in a cone. It just means that the variability in where that storm is going to go is going to be much tighter or smaller because the accuracy is improved. But the storm surge, the wind, the rain, the tornado threat, all of that does not, I mean, it still affects a wide area outside of that now shrunk cone in comparison to 2003. Terry Thurrows, Lindsay, good evening to you. Yep, there's Port Moresby, there's Cairns, Perth, Adelaide, the Hobart Airport in the 50s, Christchurch coming in at 70, and then over towards Hawaii. Not a bad looking day. It is 79 in Lahui. It is at 2:18 in the afternoon, as there's a 6-hour time difference. Hilo is at 80. Honolulu coming in at 83, and Kahului is at 79 degrees. So again, looking good over there, and looking good here. We take a look now at Wednesday. There's your high. Backdoor front doesn't quite make it in. High slides up towards Jacksonville on the south side of high. We get strong gusty winds, and we'll watch the rip current concerns. Crazy road, so many different temps, but beautiful, but beautiful. Do you think this year? We had 20 named storms last year, and I think we're going to be looking at about 20 to 25 this year. But the difference, though, last year is that most of the storms were out over the open waters of the tropical Atlantic. I don't think that that's going to be the case this year, and that's the concern. We have 20, 25 named storms, and the overall pattern where the Bermuda high sets up, closer to us could steer the storms closer to the United States, if that happens. So that's one of the things we're going to watch. Wendy Morgan, good to have you in the house. Karen O'Toole, good to have you in the house. Thanks for the jump in here and for chatting with me tonight. I have no, what is Nikki Momo. There you go. Yeah, Chris Pierce is on a roll. All right, so there it is. So that's a look at that. We head into the weekend. Weekend looks pretty darn good as well. High pressure builds to the mid-Atlantic. Deep easterly flow. Coastal showers. Watching that rip current risk. We'll put it all together here now for you. And I'll show you the 7-day. Wendy Morgan, thank you for sharing the feed. There you go. All right, here's your look at your 7-day. 84 on Wednesday, 87 on Thursday and Friday, 85 on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, check that out, 86, 87 degrees, not bad at all. Angel A. Ramirez, good to have you, appreciate you popping in and saying hi. There you go. So that is a look at that. Temperatures are going to be pretty close to normal by day, pretty close to normal by night, maybe just a smidge above the normal there for Saturday and Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But they're really not a bad-looking forecast. We'll watch the rip currents there along the coast. All right, gang, I'm going to start cranking out some stuff here for the 10 and 11. See you tonight at 10 on the CW18, and again at 11 on West 2 News. Courtney Renee Hogan will taking Brightline on Saturday with the family going down to Fort Lauderdale. Looks good, Courtney. Maybe a couple of isolated showers, but overall really not too bad. Yep. All right, enjoy. Love Brightline, by the way. It's a great ride, and you will love it as well if you haven't done so yet. All right, gang. See you tonight at 10 on the CW18, and again at 11 on West 2, and right back here again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. All right, tutu, ta-ta, toodles.